You're watching Yoga with Marcie, and I'm Marcie. In today's video, we are going to take it easy on our wrists. So if you're like me, and you did 10 minutes straight of sun salutations last time, and your wrists and hands are killing you, let's give them a break. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna try to keep off our hands as much as possible. No downward dogs today, none of those. And so yeah, we're gonna try to take it easy on our hands and wrists. And as I go through this practice, I can tell you a little bit more about just my experience and my pain in my hands and wrists. And so I have this handy dandy notebook that has some things scratched out on it, but I actually had this from, I think, 1.5 years ago, where I made a whole practice that was just specifically poses that didn't use your hands because I was in so much hand pain. Some of them I feel like I'm like, this was a bad idea. Like cat cows, like you're still on your hands, so I scratched that one out. So let's start off in child's pose, because that's easy and does not use our hands. Well, I guess you have to use your hands to get down here, but after that, then we don't. We can just let our hands rest. Because maybe, like I said, 1.5 years, 2 years ago, when I was doing yoga a lot, I just ended up having this really bad wrist pain. And so I was like, I don't want to stop doing yoga, but like, I feel like 90% of yoga poses are like putting all of your weight on your wrists. So I was like, I'm just going to figure out poses that don't put weight on your wrists. And so I have my handy dandy list. Okay, now we're going to do a staff pose. It's the next one on the list. We just have our legs up, try to just sit up like this, just sit up tall. And I get to test out my new yoga mat. I'm excited. I got it as a present, and it's pink, which is my favorite color, if you couldn't tell. And I have my fun new nails, which probably can't see all the way over there, but they're pink too. And my lamp. I have to match everything. Okay, then we're doing standing forward fold. So I'm just gonna gently stand up. Okay, standing forward fold. I'm just gonna try to bend at the waist. And I'm gonna add in here, I'm gonna do opposite elbows and do a little twist. Oh my gosh, I am sore. Like, I don't know about you, if you did those sun salutations with me, but my arms still hurt. And this was several days ago. I'm so sore. Okay. Now, I think this next one is called crescent lunge, but I don't know. I just wrote down one knee down, arms overhead. So I'm not sure if it actually is called crescent lunge, but so I have sensitive knees. This is actually a fairly thick yoga mat, but being on hardwood floors, I like to use a yoga towel or just a towel just for my knees, because I'm, what am I trying to say? A wimp. So I'm just gonna have one knee down, like it says, arms overhead. And so, like I said, I don't know if this is crescent lunge. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you don't put your back leg up, but it can be pretty hard on your knees. So if you do have knee problems, or just this is too much for you, just skip it, do something else. But this one, just again, not on our hands. Okay, and then, or just switch. I'm just gonna kind of get myself up here, tuck the blanket over here. But yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's like crescent lunge or something like that. But yeah, literally, I'm like, I wonder if I still have that that notebook, because I remember writing it in this notebook, and sure enough, there it was. Because usually I just make up everything, but if I was going to make up everything on the fly, then I feel like I wouldn't remember which poses use your hand or not. Okay. Next pose on here, Warrior 2. We can do that. Let's see, are we going to use blocks? No, we're not going to use blocks. You can use blocks if you want. You don't need blocks for Warrior, but okay, we're not going to get into a downward dog in order to get there, so we're just going to kind of stand up. Okay. a warrior two. Which one do I want to face? Doesn't matter. Okay. So I'm going to have this leg facing this way, the back leg perpendicular. I'm going to try to kind of lean forward. Put my arms out. I'm supposed to be looking towards my hand. Oh, I didn't say it was going to be easy. Just because it's easy on the wrist doesn't mean this is going to be easy. I kind of wanted it to be easy, but I mean, we don't have to stay here that long. Okay. And then we're going to do side angle and then triangle. We can do those in a sequence and then we'll switch sides. So for side angle, we'll keep ourselves bent. And this is where I'm going to put my, well, I'm going to fall over apparently. And put my arm here and then put my arm overhead. This is where you could use a block, but I figured it would be easier on my hands to not use a block. Just put my wrist or put my forearm on my leg. Okay, and then we're going to stretch out our leg and just put our hand on our shin, or if you have a block, go overhead. But even though we're like, you have your hand here, like you're not putting your weight on your hand. So at least for me, it feels better for the wrist-wise. Okay, and then to alternate, we're just going to turn the other direction. Whew. Goodness. Okay, bend at the knee. Another fun story about my hand pain. So the last maybe 6 months or so, I've had like spontaneous hand pain. That's all I can call it because there's like no reason for it. I just like have it. And so I was like, it's been getting better the last maybe month or so. And so I'm like, let me see if I can try to do yoga again. But even if my hand pain does come back, I definitely know that I'll be able to modify poses and make it work for me, because like you don't have to do all of the poses. Ugh. Just have to do what works for you. Okay, next pose. Do we get a water break? Are we allowed? I think so. I think we deserve it. We always deserve a water break though. Okay. Wide-legged forward bend. We got this. This one's, well, I say fairly easy. Depends. If you fall over, we'll find out. Got our legs like this. We're going to try to bend at the waist. And then you can even put your hands on your ankles, your hands just here, but try not to like put weight on your hands. Just kind of like set them here just for balance. Okay. So yeah, this is where you don't really want to be putting weight on your hands. You're just kind of barely touching the ground for balance. Okay. I'm so stuffy. So annoying. Okay. Good job. Okay, now, of course, I have to bring another hard one in. I feel like, well, we have a couple hard ones, and then we're like in the home stretch. I say that, but there's still more on there, but they're like easier. And also, I wrote in pink on the paper, so that also counts. God, I'm tired already. Okay, we got this. We're going to do chair pose. Actually, yeah, we'll do these in order. I don't know if we'll do more than one of them. We'll see how we feel. We want to just do one set through, but we're going to do a chair pose, standing crescent, and then one leg crescent. Okay, so for chair pose, remember our last video, we get in our mountain pose. Lean down, put our hands up, like we're doing a forward salute. This is our chair pose. You can just go down as far as feels comfortable for you. Feels good to me. We're in a standing crescent. We stand here. Then we put our arms up overhead. And then we bend to one side. I guess we do have to do this on both sides because there's two sides for the crescent. Okay, and then we're going to do our one leg standing crescent. So I'm going to kind of do this. Okay, keep your balance, Marcie. Strong ankles. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, we'll do another one of those just so we do both sides. Gotta keep it even. Well, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so let's do another chair pose. One day, maybe I'll be able to hold this for like 30 seconds, maybe. Or like get down farther. This is as far as I can go right now. Okay. Up. We'll do standing across onto the other side. Bend over to the side. This way. I guess you're supposed to have your hands together. I didn't have my hands together. I just had them up. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. And then we're gonna fall. Oh, I was like, my right ankle was bad, but my left one's even worse. Wow, this is like taking a lot of like muscles here, or lack thereof. Okay. Okay. That went well. Okay. I think that was the last of the hard ones. I think so. But you can correct me if I'm wrong, if any of these we do that are hard and you're like annoyed. But like, we're getting down on the ground. So this one we're going to do Malasana. So we're going to have our feet a little like wider than shoulder widths apart. And then bend down and try and put our hands in prayer. Try to kind of keep our back straight. You don't have to go this far down. And you can also hold on, like do it against the wall or hold on to something if you're not able to balance exactly. But my main thing is trying to keep my back not hunched over. That's my struggle with this one. But this is Malasana. So I guess this one would be like the real last hard pose. I mean, I don't think it's that hard, but maybe it's just my legs or something. Not as hard as those freaking crosses. I don't like those. I feel like they're just, maybe it's just because those are muscles that I like never work, I guess. But okay, now this is starting to stretch, so we're gonna fall over gracefully. Okay, and then we're gonna do what I learned is called bound ankle pose. It's not called butterfly, but we can call it whatever we want. So bound ankle pose / butterfly, our feet together. And then we'll again try to keep ourselves, our back straight, and then I'm just holding up my ankles, but you don't have to like grasp on, you can just, you know, hold it lightly because we want to take care of our hands and our wrists after all that beating up we did to them. Okay, and then we're going to do a seated forward bend. I don't think that's going to work. I don't know, maybe I used to be able to do this, but I feel like the last time I did this, it didn't go well. It just doesn't work. So we're going to improvise and do something else. So we're just going to do one-legged forward bend. And so if you want to do both legs together, that's fine. I'm going to do one leg at a time because that's just easier for me and my body type. But do whatever feels good for you. Oh, goodness. Okay. And I'm going to switch legs. If you are doing one-legged, feel free to switch legs with me. Try to bend at the waist and then just like set your hand wherever. You don't want to have to like pull on your leg or anything. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do pigeon pose, which should be okay. It's mostly like putting ourselves on our forearms. We're not going to get into downward dog in order to get into the pose, so we're just going to get into it without that. I know we usually do that, but okay, so how are we supposed to do this? Okay, so I'm going to put my right leg underneath. This is very graceful. Okay, and then I'm going to put my forearms here. Okay. I just like, I don't know, I feel like it's just easier to get into it, just like from a downward dog, but yeah, for me it's because it's like, I'm just like on my forearms, I'm not like putting pressure on my wrists, so this one is still okay for me. But yeah, if this one feels uncomfortable, feel free to do something else, do a child's pose or take a break. Yeah, I feel like, I was like, oh, I won't be sweaty at all in this workout. Maybe I have my heat too high, but I feel like it's not that high. But I'm sweaty even just doing this quote unquote light workout. Okay, I'm gonna switch. Again, not very gracefully because I don't want to get on our hands. Too much. Okay, let's go. Left leg under us. There we go. It's just like, yeah, normally I would just switch it in downward dog, but this is fun. We're just inventing new ways to do yoga, right? Not gracefully, but if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I am not graceful. That is not this channel. That is not me in any way, shape, or form. So we're not going to do that. We're going to be, I almost said disgraceful. Ungraceful? I don't know. Not graceful? I guess I should know. I have like a journalism degree and like copy editing is my thing. So I should know these things, but I don't. Okay. Enough of that. We're just going to kind of like fall over. What's next? Okay. Oh, the last ones are on our back. So we can handle that, I think. Okay. So we're going to lay down on our back. Oh, goodness. Gosh, my back is sore. I'm just so sore. Okay. Am I like off the mat? Yep. Sure am. Okay. So we're going to do okay. Well, let's commit. Let's do 3 bridge poses. We don't have to hold them for that long. But I'm going to just try 3 anyway. Okay. Put my feet up against my butt, sort of. And then put my hands down. But you'll notice that you're not using your hands at all to support you. You're using your core muscles. So like you really like should be able to do this with your arms up like completely. You're not using your arms at all to support you. So shouldn't be hard on your wrists at all because it's really just, it's using your thigh muscles and your core muscles. So yeah, I could go like this and it's like the same. But I'm gonna put my arms down. Okay, we're gonna call that 1 bridge. Take a little breather. What if one of these posters fell on my head? I never thought about that. Now I'm like gonna be super anxious every time maybe I should lay down on the other side. Okay, let's do another bridge. That's why, actually, fun fact, I don't have any posters or paintings or anything hanging above my bed because I'm like afraid it's gonna fall on my head. So that'll be a fun video though. If something does fall on my head, because they're not held up with like very secure things. So it's fine. Everything's fine. No anxiety here. But yeah, if you do see me, oh gosh, that was longer than I thought. Laying the other direction, it's because I'm afraid they're gonna fall on my head. We can do what we want here. Okay. Last bridge pose. We can do it. I need to be closer. Okay, I'm gonna do this one with my hands on my stomach for no reason in particular, other than to demonstrate I'm not using my hands to hold myself up. Okay. Just do a few more seconds of this. We can make it through if your legs are burning. We can do it. Okay. Well, that was, I know, like you're like never gonna believe me. I'm like, no, that was the last hard pose. What else is on here? Knees to chest pose. Again, I don't know if that's like what it's actually called. We're not doing that. Okay. So I think you're supposed to go like this and then hold your knees, but that hurts my stomach. So we're not doing that. So we're skipping that. Next one, reclining big toe pose 1. I believe you put one leg down and then have one leg up like this. And in theory, if you can reach your leg, or you can just put your hand behind your thigh or your calf, wherever you can reach, just have this leg up. This one's okay. 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 Switch legs. And it's totally fine wherever, like if your leg is down here, wherever your stretch is, and however far you can reach your hands up, it's totally fine. modify however feels good for you. Okay. Is that it? I'm tired. Yes, last one. We can do this one. Definitely no hands needed. Let's fucking do Shavasana. I'm so tired. I don't know about you. Try to take a couple of breaths. And as always, stay here as long as you like, or roll over however you want. We're just gonna kind of try to roll over and not get on our wrists too much. But if you have tried yoga, had any hand or wrist pain, just know that you're not alone, and there's other poses you can do that don't hurt your hands. So I hope you can stay rested, stay safe out there. And so thank you so much for watching, and stay well, my friends.